Some cases make headlines for a moment. Others stay in the public memory for years. This is HerCrime. Mary Kay Letourneau was a teacher in Washington state whose relationship with a student became one of the most infamous criminal cases of its time. At the center of the case was Vili Fualau. He was only 12 years old when the relationship began. She was 34. That is what made the story so disturbing. Not the tabloid coverage, not the public fascination, but the reality of a teacher crossing a line with a child in her care. To the outside world, Letourneau looked like someone living an ordinary life. She was a wife, a mother, and a trusted educator. But as the case unfolded, it became clear that this was far more serious than rumor or gossip. She became pregnant, and the story exploded into national news. In 1997, she pleaded guilty to 2 counts of second-degree child rape. At first, a plea agreement gave her a reduced sentence with strict conditions, including no contact with Vili Fualau. But that was not the end. Within weeks of her release, police found the two together again. That violation changed everything. A judge revoked the agreement and reinstated a 7.5-year prison sentence. The case became even more shocking because by then, Letourneau had already given birth to 1 child fathered by Fualau and later gave birth to a second. Years later, after her release from prison, the no-contact order was lifted. In 2005, the two married. For some people, that later marriage blurred how the public talked about the case. But it did not change how it began. He was 12. She was his teacher, and that is why this case still lingers in public memory. This story was never just about scandal. It was about power, boundaries, and the way some cases become distorted by media attention. Beneath all the headlines was a deeply troubling truth. A trusted adult crossed a line that should never have been crossed.